So yeah, anyway, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump into some topics. I was gonna see if you wanted to talk about the fact that it's Hispanic Heritage Month first. You okay with that?
Yeah, we could definitely talk about that because one, like I said, because we probably gonna segue into something else.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, let's talk about that. I shared a clip with you. I forgot the gentleman's name.
Shit.
Yeah, Schick. That's his graffiti name.
Yeah.
I don't know if his actual MC name.
He said he used that as his MC name.
Okay, cool deal.
He said it was after the Schick Razor.
Yeah, so which was very clever, and so he was actually not the first Spanish rapper, because you can give that to Ruby D and Whipper Whip, but he was actually the first one to actually put it on wax.
Yeah,
Track. So shout out to that dude,
so that's dope, man. Shout out to Schick.
Let me give.
I'm just learning about him.
Yeah, I heard that record before. Cause I remember it was on Sugar Hill, but I mean it's just been a while, and I was like, I was thinking it was Ruby D or something, but I was like, well, wait a minute, nah, Ruby D and all that, they weren't Sugar Hill,
right?
You know what I'm saying? They was,
But yeah, we definitely want to shout out all the Hispanic, Latino, people who contributed to hip hop. The majority of graffiti artists were actually Hispanic. You know what I mean? Yeah. Puerto Rican, Latino. You know what I mean? And I mean, I used to do graffiti, but I actually copied my graffiti name from somebody else. You know what I mean? I wanted to have a graffiti name, and it was I couldn't think of a good tag, and so I used to see a couple of signs around the Bronx that said Trim. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to make that my graffiti name. I'm going to be like Trim Jr. or something like that. So, they would make these big murals like, that said Trim. And I would just do these little small graffiti tags that said Trim, you know what I mean? And so, it was I don't know whoever did the original, but they probably would have kicked my ass if they knew I was biting their shit.
You can't bite their shit. But you kind of did something original because, like you said, you did the smaller joint.
Yeah.
So yeah, the little Trim Junior.
Yeah.
So that's actually kind of smart.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, let's that's a thing too, man. Because let's this whole argument like, oh, Latin started first and Black people started first, Caribbean started first.
Right.
Let's just say that, hey, to the pioneers, to those who paved the way for hip hop, so we can, like I said, so we can do all this stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it. That's all.
Whether you're really Black, Latino, Caribbean, because there was even some white people. But this music first started out for the the poor and disfranchised. Yeah. So if you were a part of that, thank you. That's it.
Exactly. I mean, one of the biggest contributors to hip hop was a white dude, Jewish, named Rick Rubin. I believe he's Jewish. And so everybody contributed. I don't know. We ain't gonna figure out who exactly was the first, but it was a melting pot. It's mostly Black people. You got some Hispanic people in there. You got some Caribbean Islanders and all of that. But we all contributed, so that's what's most important. And thank you, like you said, to all those pioneers who helped to put it all together. Cool Herc, Grandmaster Caz, Grand Wizard Theodore, Flash, all of them dudes, man. Whip, all of them, man. I mean, just doing it, man. So
speaking of Whip, yo, the DJ Premier Primo tribute with the Wild Style joint.
Yeah.
That was dope.
That was dope, man.
Man, that was beautiful.
I should have shared that on our Facebook page.
Y'all can't ball. Cold Crush. That's like my favorite part of that movie.
Yeah.
Whip. All that. That I'm sorry, man. That classic radio voice with the man. That's just that's just classic to me.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of golden voices from the early days of hip hop.
Man.
Because that was a big part of it. Just having a voice that really, got people's attention, and so that gave birth to people like Flavor Flav. You know what I mean?
Yeah, boy.
Exactly. So yeah, but yeah, so just wanted to mention that, for Hispanic heritage, shout out to all the Latino, Hispanic, whatever part of the Hispanic culture you come from, whether it's Mexican or anything, y'all all contributed, to the culture. So
yeah, let me clap that up.
Clap that up, man.
Yep. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Which that reminds me, segue into our next topic. Some racist ass Latino named Nuri Martinez.
Yeah, Nuri Martinez. What she said? She's in California.
Yeah, California. Made some racial remarks about like black people or a black child, and
and what makes it so bad? She's a councilwoman.
Yeah,
so it's like you representing like parts of the city and districts and all of this shit, and it's like, what are you doing?
You know what? Let me make this clear. Y'all people of color, first of all, I want to say, welcome.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the United States. We built the shit. All right. Make sure you keep all the shit clean and everything. I don't want y'all to fuck up nothing. All right. Let's get that out the way.
Yeah.
Second thing. Why y'all mad at us?
Right.
Why do y'all have this colonizing mindset that, black people, this, that? I mean, if y'all see black people, I'm not saying all of us are great, but you should hug the shit out of them.
Right.
You know why? Because if it wasn't for the people in the civil rights movement who fought, and the thing of it is, they fought, and they gave y'all got more rights to enjoy than we do. So y'all should hug black people. Like, look, I want to shout out Immortal Technique, because that's one thing he said. He said, thank God for black people.
Yeah.
Because they did a lot of stuff for us. Him being a Latino guy. I think I forgot what type of Latino he was. I know he's not Mexican. I want to say he's Puerto Rican, but I might be wrong. And it might be Puerto Rican because I think he, from New York and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of Cubans in New York too. He looks like he could be maybe Cuban.
Yeah,
too.
So, yeah, I mean, but yeah, man, it's like, I don't understand, like, why y'all hate us. We haven't come to you. Did black people come to y'all's house and start like, look, we discovered the house. It's our house now.
Right.
We ain't done that shit. And we come over there and raped and pillaged a bunch of y'all's people and split them up and made them work the land for 400 years and like paid them low. Well, don't even give them raises. Just gave them tattered. Like, if we came up to China and be like, we gonna slave these motherfuckers, like, y'all getting tattered clothing and rice.
Right.
I'd be fucked up. We didn't do that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't go to Mexico and be like, yeah, you know what you can do and do? Y'all gonna work the land. You know what you getting? Tattered clothes and tacos. We didn't do that shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of fucked up. But we didn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, all jokes aside, and I'm just, but yeah, man, like, why y'all, it just drives me nuts. Why y'all have this mindset that, and what bugs me out, especially with Latinos and Asians, like the white people that you trying to assimilate, they don't fucking like you.
Right, exactly.
They don't fucking like you. So why are you trying to be like them?
They have created this hierarchy.
Yeah.
This classism hierarchy that, makes other people like that feel like they're better than us. And, the minute that we ain't here, you the next target.
Facts.
You know what I mean? If we was gone, you would be public enemy number one.
Facts.
You just on maybe a step on the totem pole.
Y'all probably especially like Latinos. Yeah. Like blacks are here, Latinos are probably like right here. Asians is probably like the closest to white, but white always on top.
Yeah, exactly.
Until, some shit about to be flipped, but I ain't gonna get into that. But I'm just saying, I'll say it like this, and I know it ain't all white people. I want to make that clear too. It ain't like white people collectively are like, as a whole, trying to oppress black people, because we do have allies and stuff like that. But the power that be the people that, just like with the Kanye situation, those types of whites that you don't see is living behind this whole illusion and lie and put money into lie to prop them up. because if we get past the illusion, all that stuff falls down.
Right. So, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that really, that bothers me when I see Latino people acting racist towards black people even more than white people, because I'm like, you ain't much different from us.
No.
And you doing this shit.
No.
But it is what it is, man.
It's a trip, especially like they, the same people that you trying to assimilate, they ran you out of your homeland. 'Cause before all this whole stuff with the what is it, NAFTA and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the other stuff with all the businesses going to Mexico, and they getting, because Mexicans before then they were known for farming, and they living for farming.
Yeah.
But and then that's what I'm saying, mechanized farming ran them out their country, so now they had to go up here to work. And you know what I'm saying? We as black people did not do that. We don't have, what I'm saying? We don't have anything like that. They trying to, speaking of farmers, even with black farmers. Ain't it crazy? It's crazy. They made they made it hard for black farmers to get, some type of loans and stuff. It's like, okay, hold on. I thought the goal was to feed America, right?
Right, exactly.
Why are you fucking up with the people ain't really into farming like that right now? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't, you know what I'm saying? It used to be, I mean, especially like back in the 80s, that was like that whole thing. I don't know if you remember like in class and stuff, was like, well, it's not good for this person to work in the family business or work on the family farm. He needs to be educated and be somebody. Like, they push that shit, but not understanding, like, no, if you have a farm, you fucking feeding people. So when you're feeding people, you get money. They're not telling you, like, it's a responsibility for you to have that. It's good that, it's hard work, but you're actually doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? But, and just like with the business, oh, you're working at your family business? Oh, you don't want to do that. You gotta get an education. You gotta get out there and be somebody.
Right.
But but no, if I have a family restaurant, I'm feeding my family and my community.
Yeah.
But they don't want to give you that side.
Right.
But anyway, I'm sorry. I kind of went in a tangent.
Good, man.
I kind of went on a tangent, man. But
I completely agree with you, man.
But yeah, it's just like,
we need to get back to that more often, you know what I mean? That's when society really thrives, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like now they make you feel like, oh, just working in the family business ain't good enough.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they push that, and now, and then like they push all this mechanized farmer down here to these, these Latin American, South American countries. And now they coming up here to work, and then they get mad when these influx of people, and like, oh, they're not sending their best, they're sending criminals, and then it's like, these people just want to work, and then it's just bullshit. Yeah. But then you hate us,
right?
We ain't got no thing to really do anything.
Exactly.
We ain't got no thing. We didn't come up with that. Like, yeah, we're gonna come out. What we need to do. Me and my counseling of the black people, the black council,
the black caucus,
the black caucus council. We are the black caucus council. Right. them motherfuckers. Right. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna do mechanized farming in Mexico. Get these motherfuckers to come over here and work up here and say that they lazy. Like, we did not come up with that.
Nope.
We did not come up with that. Not as a collective, anyway.
Nope.
There might have been a few of us in our skin, like, just the push, but they, you know what I'm saying, they probably going along to get along.
Yeah.
But as a collective, no, we didn't. We as black people did not do that shit. So quit hating us. Exactly. Stop it. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah. Stop the hate.
Stop.
But all right, man. I guess we can go ahead and move on. You want to talk about Candace Owens' little documentary?
Okay, so Candace Owens, since we're on this topic,
right, as well.
Miss White Lives Matter herself has made a documentary. Although I will say I do want to check out this documentary. They're saying that she made a documentary about Black Lives Matter, the organization, and how they scammed out people out of money. Yeah.
I mean, and this is not really news. It's old. We already kind of knew, but I give her credit for taking the time to do a story on it, because I mean, they did defraud a lot of people. You know, they got a lot of people donating money to Black Lives Matter as an organization, and a lot of that money was usurped for lavish living. You know, living lavishly, and you know, helping family live more lavish and stuff like that, when it should have been going to do more stuff in the community to help the Black Lives Matter as a movement, you know, not just a business.
Well, I mean, my thing of it is they kind of, like I said, and I said this earlier, if Black Lives Matter was really smart, you know what I'm saying, so they can at least have the appearance that they're trying to help the community, they could have still had their little houses and all that other stuff. I'm not so mad about that. I mean, I'm mad at the fact that that's what they were trying to do to get where they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if they could have kept that, and with the money, because, man, look, white guilt was a motherfucker. They were rolling in with money.
Right.
So they could have, with that money, they could have built some houses around America. They could have built some houses around America for, like, you know, single mothers that, you know, that are going through some stuff, like some type of housing, some type of program for, like, okay, well, you know, actually have something for, you know, domestic violence or something like that. I mean, especially, like, you know, this being a Democratic, you know what I'm saying, because it being a left type of movement, that's something they could have done.
Yeah.
They could have had that, and that could have been in place, and they could have been, you know, at least it would have been like, well, okay, they do, you know, some of the people at the top, they got these fancy houses and stuff. Like, okay, like, people could be like, okay, I get that. I understand how these organizations work, but at least they did do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it may not be, they could have done better, but at least they could have done this. They ain't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like,
yeah,
come on, man.
It's not too often that I, you know, can agree with something like Candace Owens doing, but, you know, I definitely think she's highlighting something that's important. You know what I mean? You have to, you know, and I think there is two different entities here. You know, you got the Black Lives Matter organization, but then you got the Black Lives Matter as a movement. Mm-hmm. And I don't see nothing wrong with the movement, but as an organization, yeah, they was dead ass wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna check it out just to see, you know, how it goes, and hopefully she does a pretty good job on it. You know, from the trailer I saw, it looked pretty decent.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. I wanted to mention real quick. Have you? I'm sure you've seen the new Black Panther 2 trailer, right?
I have not. I have not seen the new trailer yet. I've seen, like, I haven't get a chance to really seen it, but go ahead.
No, I was just saying, because, I mean, you know, it give you a couple more shots in there of what's going on. You know, you get more shots of Namor, the Submariner. You know, you see in the beginning, you see Shuri carrying the actual Black Panther mask. During the funeral, she's holding the mask in her arm, and, you know, they give you another shot of whoever is going to be the Black Panther. You know, right as the trailer goes out, you see somebody kind of drop from this long thing, and they, you know, just stand there, and it still looks like it's going to be Shuri, but you get more of a full body shot this time.
Okay.
But a lot of people are still pretty sure it's Shuri, because the way her makeup is normally, her ceremonial makeup with the dots everywhere, that's kind of how the Black Panther mask is. It has a lot of dots on it. So It's like, okay, this is her style, so it's got to be her. So it's interesting. You know, I'm excited to see it. And, you know, November 11th. So I'm definitely
I'm ready
to check it out. Yeah.
Family, yo.
Man.
Got my, you know, and I got my, my brother-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I got him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we ain't, you know, but I just might as well go ahead and say it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to bring him, you know, Brittany, you know, her mom, my mom's and shit. We about
what's up?
Yeah, we're gonna be all decked. The clan gonna be decked out.
Know?
We're gonna wear the white joints. Everybody gonna be white on white on white on white on white.
Yeah, man.
And we're gonna be decked out. We're gonna be with the funerals, and we are here.
Yes, sir.
We are here for the funeral to bury our brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, be wild and shit.
Yeah, man. I've been binge watching a lot of the old Marvel stuff, you know, like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and Daredevil and all that stuff, man.
I gotta still check out the second seasons of the Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I just caught up on the Daredevil.
Okay.
Yeah, the new season. And speaking of Daredevil, might as well go ahead and talk about She-Hulk.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up, because I was going to segue that into She-Hulk, because, you know, he made an appearance. Now, that's one reason I was binge watching the old show, because I caught a little bit of it when it first aired, but I didn't follow through. And so I was like, I wonder how closely related it's going to be when they bring it to Marvel for the Daredevil Reborn. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I have to admit, the new costume that they do on She-Hulk, they do one of the original colors, the yellow, that they do kind of a golden yellow like he did in the comics, which is cool. But I kind of like the Netflix red and the black. The black, yeah.
Yeah, the black one's like my favorite.
The red and the black are my favorite, but the yellow one is cool just to say we support what happened in the comic book too. But you know, I'd rather see the black and the red. They said they're gonna bring them back though. I think for the new show.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we can talk about those last couple of episodes. My favorite episode out of the last two was actually not the very final one, the one before that with Frogman.
Yeah.
That was hilarious, man. The whole, you know, rib it and rip it, you know, and did you actually see that?
Oh yeah, my man. Oh yeah, the client. Yeah, they were trying to. Yeah,
he had the little jet fuel in his boots.
Yeah, and they try to send my man for the suit, the designer.
Right, Luke Jacobs or whatever his name is. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was my favorite episode of the whole season, because you know you got Daredevil, you got the Frogman. That was hilarious for the comedy. Now the finale, you know, it was cool. I mean, I can appreciate what they did with the finale, but I ain't gonna lie. I was one of those people. I wanted a little more action. I was like, yeah, we getting ready to get this final fight scene where, you know, we find out everybody who's who and the bad guys, and everybody gets to clash, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then they was like, nah, we're not going to do that.
Well, I think that was the whole spoof. I think that was the whole premise of
exactly, and it was.
Yeah.
That's why I said I appreciate what they did, because, I mean, you know, they were like, we're not going to be typical and just go with what you think it should be. We're going to try to go left and do something this way.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate it. But as a comic book and superhero fan, it's like that's the best part of any of those shows.
Oh, yeah.
Getting to see the action.
The actual climax. Yeah.
So for that reason, I still wanted to see it. I don't hate what they did, but, you know, it just kind of left me wondering, you know. So, what were your thoughts on the last two episodes?
I thought they was... You know what I'm saying? I would say the whole series, I think, because there was a lot of backlash and hate on it. I think one thing I will say, I think if we go back and look at it, we're going to be like, oh, okay, I understand what they were trying to convey. Because I think it wasn't a whole... It wasn't a whole, like, you know, because that's the thing, like you said, the stereotypical, like, superhero action stuff. It was actually, you know, it was
a comedy more so, like a sitcom.
Well, it was a sitcom and stuff, but it was actually a commentary about women and, like, what they go through. Like, it ain't just, it's not that, it's like, okay, now she was a professional. She still gets catcalled. She still do this, that, and the third. She's in a profession. And she's still not taken seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, it's kind of like that thing.
Yeah.
Not to be, like, dismissive like that. So, but, I mean, I think it's more along those lines.
Yeah.
And that's the way they did, why they did what they did. So, I mean, like you said, I would say the series for me, as far as, like, the action and stuff and thing like that, I think I would give it maybe like a I wouldn't necessarily say a 7. I would say probably like a 6.5 because it could have been a little bit more action for me. For me,
yeah.
But it wasn't like oh, this shit trash.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still watchable. I think certain aspects of it reminded me of the Scarlet Witch thing. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Certain aspects of it. You know.
I agree.
I mean, like I said, I think it was watchable.
Yeah.
It was watchable. It wasn't. I don't think it was. But like I said, I don't think it was like ooh ah.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not, going to be like a lot of those typical people who were mad about some of the CGI not being perfect and all of that. I mean, yeah, stuff like that. I get it, but I was trying to see the overall story arc and where they were going. Little stuff like, oh, well, the CGI ain't perfect. That didn't bother me as much. But I get it. Some people, that's more important to them. If it's not perfect, they don't want to see it.
Yeah, CGI was a little rough though.
Yeah, it was. But
that didn't take.
It was definitely noticeable. Yeah. But it wasn't enough for me to say, oh, they screwed it up. I don't want to watch anymore. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I wasn't on that level. But overall, I do think it's a good show, and I mean, I'm kind of right there with you. I would give it somewhere between a 6 and a 7. I'd probably lean more towards 7, because they did have a couple of good scenes with action. They also had some good guest appearances, and you can tell it's leading into something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I think that's what it is. I think the whole show is filler,
right?
And I think that's what it. Yeah, and I think people aren't really used to that. They're usually like, right, man, let's get it. Sorry about that. No. Yeah, let's get in there and let's just beat ass and blah blah blah.
Right, So yeah, she she definitely has a decent enough show to watch for me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are wondering if if we're going to get a World War Hulk movie. I feel like we are. I know we're getting a movie. Mm-hmm. Is it going to be World War Hulk, or is it just going to be another like Incredible Hulk type movie?
Well, that's another thing too, because they're probably going to have to explain that whole gap with, what I'm saying, like when he was going into space and he brought his son down.
I feel like that's going to happen in another show though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to happen in a Disney Plus show. Like he'll make an appearance somewhere else, Ironheart or one of those, and it'll be explained, and that'll help us know where the World War Hulk movie will be going. Mm-hmm. I think that's just my guess that he's going to make an appearance somewhere else, and then it'll be explained there because they left it way too open.
Yeah,
and if anybody has not seen this last episode, we kind of throwing some spoilers out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and warn you. If you don't want to hear no spoilers, go ahead and move away now. But he introduces his son Scar at the end of the show, which was kind of funny because he didn't really have any dialogue. So I was like, okay, cool. We always wondered if he was gonna do that since he went to Sakaar. And everybody was like, okay, he must be going because of his son, because that's how it was in the comics. And he does introduce him, but then there's no dialogue, and the son's looking kind of weird because he's got this weird haircut.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, what's happening here? Y'all creating more questions than y'all answering. So that's why I'm like, okay, it's so many questions that people have. Is there a female, that's still in the picture for his mother? Because I know in the comics, I think the mom dies or whatever, giving birth to
she probably did. Man, shit, you see it all?
He split her in half.
Hell yeah, he probably shit. That uterus destroyed.
When he busted that nut, she just...
BAM! Shit, that uterus is gone.
That's what he yelled out when he busted that nut.
Scar! Scar! That shit was...
But I'm anxious to see where they go with that. I don't think they should go straight into the World War Hulk movie. I think we need, like you said, some more answers on like a Disney Plus show or something like that. Maybe he can show up in the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, because they're supposed to be doing a Christmas special in another month or two. And, like we got Black Panther, Wakanda Forever coming up. So, it could be anything. I'm wondering, this is what I've been wondering. Nobody seems to be talking about it. But if they're doing T'Challa's funeral in this movie, are we gonna get Avengers at this funeral? You know what I mean? I know we got Ironheart, Riri Williams coming into the picture, but it's like, you know, for them to lose somebody as big as him, are they not going to be there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like that's only right. So for me, that would be dope if they were there, and maybe that was kind of some filler conversation about Hulk and his son and all of that. You know, all the stuff that's been going on. So that's what I'm hoping for. I mean, I pretty much know where the direction of the movie's going, you know what I mean? So, but, you know, I'm just wondering, is that going to be a part of it? That's my big question that nobody seems to be talking about. But, you know, I don't know, man. I'm ready for it, though.